Alright, y'all, what's up? Look, same June 2022 question paper, but now we're on to question 3, and this question has to do with radicals and surds and whatever you want to call them. Now, I wrote kind of the basic steps that you have to take for, now that I realize it's not actually part A, it's part I. And I'm gonna explain why I did what I did. So it states that show that this fraction is an integer and find its value. Whenever you have a question like this, what they want you to do is to simplify the radicals slash the surds that you have. And that's what I did here. Whenever you have a surd slash radical, you can split it up into two different smaller variants of those. I'll stick to radicals because that's what I know them better as. And they're multiplied by one another. However, you realize that the square root of 36 is just 6, and so the square root of 180 is equivalent to 6 root 5. And the same can be done with root 80. Root 80 is equivalent to, wait, I just realized it's 16, it's supposed to be 16 here, my bad. 16 root 5 equals 4 root 5, okay, because the square root of 16 multiplied by square root of 5 is the same as 4 multiplied by the square root of 5, since the square root of 16 is 4. And with 5, you can't really simplify that, but that's important in this question. So when we convert this question into this variation, we realize that every single, I guess, variable here has root 5 in it. And so we can cancel out because it's in the denominator. And what you get is 6 minus 4, which is 2, and that's the answer. That's what they want you to find. It's an integer, check. And we found its value, check. Now with part II, this is a bit of the more complex stuff that you're gonna have to know for these radical questions, where this looks impossible to do without the calculator, and they specifically state that if you just write the answer down, you're just not gonna get any marks for it. And so you're gonna have to do this manually. Now, what we call this is rationalizing the denominator. And that means we're gonna try to get rid of this radical over here. And how do we do this? We multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the same denominator value, but with a plus sign, or basically an alternate sign to what you have in front of the radical. And by that, we can FOIL these out or expand the brackets, and you'll realize that, say, okay, 4 root 5 multiplied by 7 is 28 root 5. 4 root 5 multiplied by 3 root 5 is 12 multiplied by 5, which is plus 60. And then you go minus 5 multiplied by 7, which is minus 35. Minus 5 multiplied by 3 root 5 is minus 15 root 5. That's the numerator. And the denominator, we got 4 multiplied by 7, 49. 7 multiplied by 3 root 5, which is 2 plus 21 root 5. You go minus 3 root 5 multiplied by 7, which is this. And you go minus 3 root 5 multiplied by 3 root 5, which is minus 9 times 5, which is minus 45. And you can very clearly tell that these two cancel out, so we do not have any more radicals in the denominator, which is great. This is what we want, because it specifically stated that we want this form, and you're gonna see by the end of this we're gonna get that form. So I mean, we know that in the denominator we have 4, so say we have 28 root 5 minus 15 root 5, so that's 13 root 5. 60 minus 35, which is 25. And we can just completely simplify this down. We're going to simplify this down to 25 over 4 plus 13 over 4 root 5, and this is exactly what the question wants from us. We got the A component, which is 25 over 4, and we got the B component, which is 13 over 4. That's all. So make sure whenever you see something like this, you multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same variables that you have at the bottom here. Just switch out the plus to a minus or a minus to a plus, and you're gonna get your answer and you're gonna get the marks. I hope you understood, and thank you for watching.